This carton now, I'm taking it as a bag because it has all the components of a bag. Using this carton to make my bag, I will be making some manipulations on it, and we are going to draft it out, apply it on our pattern. We apply it to use it and make a bag. I want the side of my bag, the two sides of my bag to be attached to the front part of my bag, right? The back part and the bottom should be attached together. So that is the kind of bag I want to make with this particular carton. You can decide to dissect it in any way that you want. Whatever way you want, you can decide to divide it into pieces. This side will be on its own, this side will be on its own, this side should be on its own, this side, every side should be on its own, the top should be on its own. So whatever way you want to do it, you can decide to make your bag and it will be just one pattern, just like that tote bag I made. I divided it with just one panel that I used to make the whole bag. So you can dissect it whatever way you want. Now, what I want to do is that I want the front part to have the two sides, and the back part should have the bottom part, and the top should be on its own. So that is how I'm going to cut it now. I'm going to first of all cut the top part. This is the top part. This is this one. This is side 2. This is the front, and this is side 1. I'm cutting the front and attaching it to side 1. Then this is the back. I want the back to have the base. You can see there is extra here. I'm coming to that. So now this is the front part of my bag. I'm going to cut this. This is the front part of my bag, having the two sides attached to it. I want to make this design of bag with it. You can see that this is the base, this is the back, and the base of this bag is attached to the back of this bag. So this is the bag I want to make with this illustration now. Let's say the height of my bag is 10 inches and the width is 7 inches, the length. And the length of my bag is 7 inches. That is for the front, aside the sides. This is the front. The height of the front is 10 inches. The length of the front is 7 inches. So now, what I'm going to do, I want to manipulate this front of my bag to look like this bag now. This is the pattern of bag I want to make. The top part of this bag is slimmer than the bottom part of this bag. Right? You can see that it's slanted. It's slanted. The bottom part is wide than the top part. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to slant it by 0.7 inch. So I'll slant it. I'll slant it, right? Once I slant it, this is now the new line for my front. This is now the new line for my front, right? I want to cut out pattern for this so that I will do all this illustration on a pattern and not this pattern. I cannot do it here properly. We are going to draft these 3 patterns out. This is my cardboard paper. So I want to draft out the dimensions for this. I'll start with measuring the side of our bag, which is the side 1 of our bag. Side 1 of our front. I'll start with this particular pattern. And the width determines the bottom part. It determines the two sides. So the first side, the width of our bag is 3 inches. So the first side we are going to be marking is 3 inches. We first of all mark 3 inches. Then the front part of our bag is 7 inches. We are going to mark 7 inches for the front part. Then the next dimension is the second side of our bag, which is another 3 inches. Right? Then we are going to take 10 inches. 10 inches, that is the height of our bag. 10 inches. I'm also going to mark this out here. So 3, 7, another 3. Now I'm going to be ruling it out. So this is it. This is it. I'll cut it out. You can see that this pattern, this one now and this one now is the same thing. So I'll set it aside first. I'll set it aside. Now I'm going to cut the dimension for the back. The back has the base of our bag, and it also has this extra allowance that comes into the front part because the base is 3 inches. Then this extra allowance, we are going to be using 1.5 inches. So I'm going to do that as well. Okay, so I'm going to mark it out. This one is 1.5 inch, 1.5, 3 inches, 3 inches, and 10 inches for our height of our bag. I'm going to mark it and cut it out. Okay, so this is it. Let me label it. This is the back of our bag, the back of our bag, right? This is the bottom of our bag, bottom part. Then this is the extra allowance for the front, extra allowance for front design. So you understand this one. Then the next one, this one is the front part. This part is the front of our bag. Front of our bag. This one is side 1 and this is side 2. Side 2. Right? So this is side of our bag. Then what is remaining is the top of our bag. The top of my bag is 3 inches now. So the main top of my bag is 3 inches. Then this 3 inches, I'm going to add extra 1 inch here. Right? Extra 1 inch to this side, and then 2.5 as the cover of the bag. The cover. This one is the top. Why I'm going to add 1 inch for aligning it to the back of my bag. So that is what I'm going to do. So this is it. 1 inch. I'll mark it out. Then this one now will be the 3 inches. That is my top. 3 inches. I'll mark it out. Then the 2.5, that is my cover. I'll now mark it out. This is it. So the length this way will be 7 inches. 7 inches. This is for stitching it. This is allowance for stitching to the back. Stitching to the back of my bag, of the bag, right? Then this is the top of the bag, which is 3 inches, and this one here is the cover of our bag, right? We have not done anything different. We have not manipulated it. We've not done anything to this bag. We just drafted our pattern first. Now we can now see that we have the complete components of our bag. Our front panel, the 2 sides of our bag, the back part, the base, the top of our bag, right? All these ones are just for designs. All this allowance for this one, allowance for this one, cover, they are just for design. They are not compulsory, and they are not compulsory components of the bag. These patterns that I just drafted out now is exactly as these patterns. Now I'm going
My
to
mic
set
cut off
this
for me and I don't know. So after that, I'm going to set those cartons aside. Right? Now I'm going to be doing some manipulations to the front of my bag, which I initially told you guys that we are going to be slanting, and we are slanting by 0.75. So that is exactly what I'm doing to the front of my bag. After slanting, I'm going to be folding in with the new line of my front. So I'll fold it with that new line. Then that place that we slanted at, we don't need it. That is why I cancelled it. I'm supposed to be cutting that out, but because it will affect the side of my bag, I want the sides of my bag to be attached directly to the front panel. So because of that, I'm going to be shifting that. I'm going to be shifting it to the edge of my pattern, right? Instead of cutting it directly from that front, I'll cut it from the side of the bag. But that doesn't mean that I shaped the side of my bag. The side of my bag will still remain that 3 inches. I will do a manipulation to the side of my bag separately. It will be a different manipulation. This one that I shifted to the edge is just for the front of the bag, right?